Remember the open web story? 5 people, a prototype, and one short JavaScript tag. They pasted the tag into publisher's article, hit refresh, and instantly the house of comments sections turned into clean real-time feed. One action and the value was obvious. For the publisher, it wasn't just easy moderation. It meant turning a cost center into real engagement and reliable revenue. The single demo made the opportunity crystal clear and helped them close major publishers fast. That is exactly how you should think. What is the simplest way to get your idea in front of real users and make the value obvious? Before you build anything, sit down and write your MVP on one page in plain language. First, your hypothesis. Say it like this. Let me break it down. First, the one feature. Just one. The action you want people to take. That is your focus. Don't stack features. Pick the one that matters. Second, who will see it? Be specific, not early adopters. Say 5 sales managers at mid-size SaaS firms. Real people you can reach in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Last, what will you measure? Choose one main metric, maybe 2 or 3 supporting ones. We'll go deeper on metrics soon, but for now, pick the one that shows the real signal. So, do this first. Write the hypothesis, spell out the parts, then and only then build. We have just mapped out our MVP and hypothesis. Now it is time to move to metrics. If you build without them, you will learn nothing. You are just moving and hoping. This is the moment where you make a clear choice. First, you pick up one key metric that shows you are delivering real value. And second, you pick up 2 or 3 supporting metrics that help you understand activation, retention, acquisition. These numbers will tell you if your experiment works or if you are just entertaining yourself. Think through your user's path, step by step. First, they hear about you. Maybe a friend sends a link or they see your landing page. Then they try your core feature. That first interaction matters more than any deck. If it clicks, they feel the value. That is the moment you are aiming for. The "oh, this is useful" moment. And finally, they come back or they pay. That is how you know it landed. Your key metric should live in step 3 or 4. Not when they hear about you, not when they just poke around, but when they actually get value. That is the moment that counts. A few examples. You will need to adapt them to your own case. If it is a learning app, track completed lessons per active user per week. For a collaboration tool, maybe it is the number of active boards or documents used by teams weekly. In a marketplace, it is completed transactions per week. If you are building an automation tool, monitor the number of workflows successfully run per customer. Look at each metric and ask yourself, does this clearly say that someone received value? If the answer is weak, it is probably not your key metric. Your key metric tells you what is happening. Now add a small set of supporting metrics. They help you figure out why something happens. Most of the time, you will want to track 3 things. Activation. Out of the people who sign up, how many actually reach your core feature? Retention. Did they come back next week and use it again? If not, it means you didn't deliver enough value the first time. Finally, acquisition cost. If you're already spending money on ads and channels, what is your cost per activated user? This tells you how expensive it is to grow. To make this useful, fill out the table in your practical materials. 4 rows. What is the metric? Why does it matter? How will you measure it? What is the current number? And what is your short-term target? Make sure the target is reachable in the next 4 to 6 weeks. No hockey stick in months 2. Pick numbers you can hit and learn from. There is one very simple test for every metric you add. If a metric cannot change your decision, you drop it. You don't need a zoo of 10 KPIs. You need one number you care about deeply, your truth signal. A small set of numbers that explain why the signal is moving up or down. If you look at the dashboard and nothing in your plan changes, your metrics are decorations. Good metrics are decision triggers. That is a bar. Now, let's zoom out and look at your business model canvas from day 2. Ask yourself, do your revenue assumptions actually align with your key metrics? If the metrics stagnates, what would you adjust first? The product, the customer segment, or the channel? Metrics are the bridge between your nice story and real, sometimes uncomfortable evidence in the market. If the number doesn't push you to act, they are wrong numbers. So start small, measure what matters, and be brave enough to act on what the data tells you.